So what makes group education successful? One of the main things is having a really good plan, and planning ahead in particular. And planning includes not just for the content of the session that you're giving, but also the process. It's very easy to get carried away with what topics you want to include and forget about organising it so that the participants feel comfortable and relaxed. If people feel comfortable and relaxed, they're much more ready and open to learning. So, for example, building into the programme opportunities at the beginning of the session for people to introduce themselves and to feel comfortable with what's going to happen, and also at the end to reflect on what the session has meant to them, are both really important.
And participation and interaction is another area to look at. The more people are involved, the more people are doing things or being involved or talking to each other, rather than what the person at the front of the room are doing most of the talking. You might need ground rules, which can be very helpful to set the scene of how participation will work. For example, no more than one person speaking at once is a good example of one. So thinking about ground rules and thinking about how can you get people to participate right through the session.
Yes, and also activities. Thinking about what kind of things that people are going to do in order to make sense of the information that they're being presented with that they need to learn, or to create opportunities to share information among themselves. The kinds of activities that get put in place are really, the important things are really to make them realistic. So not asking people to do things that don't make sense to them or don't seem to have any relevance to real life or the material which they're learning. The more activities you can create for your participants really gives them the more opportunity for participation and interaction. So these two things really go together.
Also, the content needs to be tailored to the specific needs of the group. Now, some of that you can obviously plan ahead and think, I think this type of group will need this. But we do need to work within the session to make sure that you're identifying people's needs. You can do that through using post-its at the beginning, asking people to share what they most want to get out of the session, talking in pairs and sharing their ideas and sharing them with the whole group. It doesn't matter how you do it, but finding out their needs and also listening throughout the session for more information about what's working for them so that you know that you are actually meeting their needs.
Mm-hmm. Yes, another thing that really helps during a session is enabling people to move around. Having an opportunity to work with different people but also in a different place really makes a difference to the energy levels in the room and also the concentration that people can have on the activity that they're doing.
The other thing that was on my mind is thinking about how you can helping people think about how they can apply what they're learning to their own situation. So building in opportunities for reflection. What does this mean for you? So if you were in this situation now, what would that do? How does that fit with your life? Those are just ideas of questions, but using activities to build in reflection and helping people to think how it will work for them. It's important.
And people going away, they go back to their real lives, they go back to usually quite a busy time. They've had an opportunity in the education session to think about lots of things. Nothing's really going to change unless they have a very clear action plan. And so facilitating people to really pin down what it is that they want to do differently with the learning that they've done in the session will really increase the chances of them actually doing something different and feeling like it's meant something and they've achieved something as a result of coming to the session.
So that's given you just a few ideas of how you can make your group education successful. There are lots and lots of other ways. If you visit our website, successfuldiabetes.com, you can find out lots more information and advice there, and we wish you success in your group education.